Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of soul care.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Soulcare. How are you? It's the intensive Soulcare, which means Thursday is the intensive one and Mondays is not as intense. So, really, the idea behind this Thursday was to really go in depth with one of the courses from my school to really share it with you and tell you what it's all about. And I'm going to do that today because I always make the material of each segment that I do here based upon a lot of your emails and Facebook posts and so forth that I go look at. And I do go look at them. And I'm picking out one today. So let me look at the comments here and see. Welcome everybody. Hi, Lori Clark, Renee. Hello, Val. Hi, Val. I'm coming to England, just so you know. I'll be in London, and I'll be in Scotland, and I'll be in Switzerland. That'll be in October, doing a tour with Gordon Smith. Hello, Alexandra. Hello. It's been a very interesting thing when things work out like synchronistically, when you find there's things that connect it's very strange that things often will connect where you'll say something and the next moment someone else says it, or the next day you think about something and the next day someone else is thinking about the same thing, obscure thing, and it happens. Synchronistic experiences. I always say synchronistic experiences and coincidence are God's way of remaining anonymous. Because I think that's just that. And a psychic said to me many years ago, if things happen the way, like the path is easy and you're going through it, it's very easy, then you're doing the right thing. You're on your right path. But if there are obstructions in the way, you know that you're not doing the right path. You can also feel it intuitively. So I just want to share that with you too. Okay. Hi there, Jen from Rhode Island. I want to let everybody know that the Alaska cruise is sold out, so we have no more spaces there. The night of Spirit Messages is also sold out, so no more of those. But I am going to put another night of Spirit Messages, just open it up to a larger crowd, and that way everyone gets a chance there. So I want to let you know that's coming up as well. And what else are we doing here? Working very, just beginning to work really on publicizing my Seaside Center in Encinitas, California, right where I live in San Diego. It's going to be a lovely demonstration. We're going to do a VIP meet and greet and a lovely yard they have there. They have an outside annex area. We have lovely foods and drinks, and people come up. We sign books. We take pictures. We talk, and then we do the 2.5 hour event, and it's great. So I've done it many times now. It's the closest, I would say, to a community that I've found so far in the California where I live. The spiritual community is a great community called Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. And they're also going to have my favorite artist, Sanatam Kerr, there in September. I'm going to go see her. So if you can make it, if you want to be in San Diego, if you're going to be in San Diego, come out and visit. It's great. That'll be in July. That'll be there July 28th. That's happening. Hi, Thea. Hi, Peggy. So excited to be taking your course. Oh, good. I'm ready to share my beautiful gifts, and I'm thrilled to learn from you. Thanks, Elizabeth. Good. Take it slow. Take it very slow. It's a good thing to do. And I wanted to talk to you today about the one course. From reading a lot of posts, and a lot of people have asked questions about their sensitivity and feeling things. They walk into a room and they feel things too much, and what can they do? So I wanted to share today the course, Life Tools for the Highly Sensitive Person, because there's no reason that just because you're sensitive and you're an empath, you have no reason to suffer. That shouldn't suffer from that. The question shouldn't cause you pain and heartache. It should be just the opposite. So I'm just going to read a couple of things, see if you can relate to this. Do you often feel overwhelmed, stressed, or sad easily? Do you take other people's feelings and problems as if they are your own? Do you ever feel like your sensitivity is holding you back? Oh, there we go. Thanks, Renee, putting this up there. Oh, you have it right there, Renee. Good. Thank you. Okay. I have it over here too. Yeah, so let me read more of it. Okay, here. Do you tend to take other people's feelings? And a lot of people tend to take people's feelings and make them your own. And they're not yours, they're someone else's. And it's the main part of the course I wanted to put into this course was the sense that someone would have when you read your own energy. We know what your own energy feels like. And then foreign energy, someone else's energy in your space. And I recently did a reading for a lady, and it was very interesting because on her, in her field, her energy fields, and I'm changed my way of looking at things. They're called mind fields now because we create with the mind and the thoughts. And I found that she had a lot of energy on her that was not hers. It was the son's, the daughter-in-law, and someone else, her sister. And it's so interesting because when you bring other people's energy in your space, you're looking at things with their energy. So your lens that you look at things are basically their energy. So like this lady had her son's energy and the daughter-in-law's energy, so she was seeing things through their energetic patterns. So that makes sense to you. So instead of being in her own energy field, she was living their energy. And after a while, I got through to her and said, "You're making choices and decisions based upon other people's energy, not your own energy. Because as you choose and make choices and see things in your life, you're seeing through a colored pair of lenses that are not yours, it's someone else's. So you're making your choices or life choices, big decisions based upon their energy, not your own." And that's really interesting because most people don't know when they're making choices with someone else's energy. So this is a course which really helps you to discern between your own energy, what that feels like, what that you own, that what that is part of you, what is that like, the characteristics of that energy, and then separate from yours, other people's energy in your space, whether it's your partner, friend, children, employer, employees. It's, you can tell the difference in subtle energies. So this course does that. As a highly sensitive person, empath, you have a special gift. You're here to shine a light, to heal, to help others. True. So you would not have come back in this lifetime as a sensitive or an empath if it wasn't meant to be used in that way. That's just the way that is. You may feel stuck and doubt your abilities to succeed. You may have difficulty speaking up, lost your voice. You may have felt worthy. You may have not felt worthy or of love or success. Can you relate to any of these things? Okay. So it's tools for the highly sensitive. And what you'll learn, I'm going to just go a little bit what you're going to learn. So how to use your sensitivity as an asset to help you thrive in all areas of your life. Now, me, because I'm an empath and I've developed that sensitivity even more and more, whenever I go into meetings with people or meeting them for the first time, I see their fields right away. I see their energy. I know them. And they can say words out of their mouth and they don't match their energy. I can tell they're dishonest. So that comes really easily to me now, after many years of sitting with my sensitivity and honoring that and learning how to use it and place it correctly. So it's learning how to deal with difficult people, impossible people, how to set boundaries, find out how to get clear, loving boundary relationships, become more comfortable in your chaotic environment. So the world around you, the craziness in the house or your family, dysfunctional families, whatever, that can go on, but it shouldn't affect you. And in this course, you'll learn ways that will be kind of like you're in your own little world where you're observing everything going on, but you're not taking it on. And that's the secret, not taking it on. So it's over 45 videos that very filled, 45 videos filled with expert insights and processes to help you thrive. There it is right there when I put that up there. 7 weekly experimental lessons to enjoy at your convenience. You don't have to rush through it. I prefer you don't rush through it. Take it very slowly so you get the full impact of each lesson, please, because they were not done quickly. They weren't created quickly. They weren't developed quickly. I took my time because it was very important information. So make sure you give yourself the time to take one lesson at a time. Very important. I also give you assignments to do, and they are designed really to help you, to nurture you, protect you, and really learn about who you are. And it's also a lifetime access, so you can take this and keep it for the rest of your life. And I would trust you into, if you want to share it with someone, you can, but don't go crazy. So use your moral compass on that one. That's a good one. I'll write this one. What makes this course unique? I'll just read you this. You likely read tons of self-improvement books and taken at least a few workshops, but let me ask you, has anything ever changed? I believe the reason you may not have reaped what you've sown is because you're expecting techniques that work for other people to work for you. When the reality is you, as a highly sensitive person, have distinct needs and ways of doing things. So you're not like anybody else. Remember that. You're a unique individual. You're like this rough diamond, and each experience in life cuts another facet of the diamond so that light can shine. Never measure yourself up to anybody else. Never. In a higher position, lower position, we're the same. We really are. And what makes this course so unique is not only do I teach you how to protect your sensitive energy, I show you how to use it to create a life that you want. So if you put these principles in practice, you will draw to you these experiences, these moments, these segments that you want. It's very, very interesting when you're open, things can come to you. Things are happening with me left and right. And it's very funny, but things that I've wanted for a while ago now are all happening at once because I'm open, because everything is in divine timing. And once you're in that sense of divine timing and you work with the universe, you work with universal timing, and you don't get in the way saying, come to me, give me this, I want this, then you'll be fine as long as you learn how to surrender and work with the universal timing. So part of this course is also for sensitive people to work with that universal timing to become aware at it. So lesson 1, the extraordinary sensitive soul, who you are, deeper understanding of what it means to be a highly sensitive person, embrace your sensitivity as a unique gift, find out how to become, find out how you became so sensitive. Many people are born that way, but also there's ways of protecting that. Lesson 2 is working with your sensitive energy, learn to sense subtle energy shifts. Interesting one. That's a great one. So it's so weird because to me, it's so subtle, the shift in energy. And you'll notice it. I have different exercises. When someone walks to a room, notice how the energy changes around you. We kind of extend, let's say 6 feet above and out and around, at least 6 feet more, but we can recognize it to 6 feet. And you'll notice how that changes when another person comes in the room, or even you can do a simple one when you watch television, right? Change the channel, get in tune with what's going on, and then change the channel, and you become aware of, you see something different, your energy will shift. Do that today or tonight. Try that, because that'll really show you it's so subtle, but the information that you're receiving, because you're so sensitive, you'll pick up a certain vibration, a certain frequency. And it might be rough. There might be some things that are rough. Like for instance, for me, I can't watch the news. A little bit, but not a lot. I just can't. It hurts me. It hurts me. And I'm aware of that, so I just stay away from that. I can be well informed in other ways, but that's and there are techniques that I teach you also to help you stay grounded and centered in your being. So many people feel like they have to be so airy-fairy when it comes to spiritual work. No. You've got to stay of the earth, be of the earth, grounded and centered in your being, and that's how you become much more aware. So I teach a lot of that in the second lesson. So anyway, that's a course. There's a lot more lessons there. There's several lessons about you can feel comfortable as a HSP, highly sensitive person, creating happy relationships that nourish your soul, not being stuck in a relationship that doesn't help you. Remember that people in your life should support you, not take away from you, not distract you. You have no reason to be with someone if they don't support you, if they don't really bring you up. No reason. Even friends, I've learned that my friends, it's got to be a 50-50, give and take. I won't do it anymore. I won't just give all the time. It's got to be a balanced relationship. Same thing in life with other people. So it's, especially the highly sensitive person, it affects them much more. So anyway, you learn in the course how to live in this world as a highly sensitive person. Okay? A lot more to work, money, bringing to you, happiness, success. It's all part of the course. So tools for the highly sensitive, please feel free to look at that and see if that works for you, because it worked for me. And I share with you all these lessons that I've learned from for over the years. Okay, so we have questions we want to ask. You can. Okay. Robert Parr says, am I dreaming I'm a butterfly, or am I a butterfly dreaming I'm a human? How about you're both, Robert? Why limit yourself? Well, I get to be part of the butterfly and part of the human. It's like people talk about, in this life, I'm this person, but in another life. So you can have several lifetimes happening all at once. Past lives, future lives, this current life. You can be part of it all at the same time. Because there's no time, you can be part of those past lives and future lives and this lifetime all at the same time. Now, it goes into quantum physics. I'm not an expert in quantum physics, but I know that expansion of awareness happens when we leave this physical dimension, the three-dimensional world. The three-dimensional world is made of certain laws and properties. You don't have those same laws and properties in fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensions. You don't have it. It's a different laws apply to each dimension. So the spirit world, I'm not going to give you a dimension, sixth or seventh dimension. I'm just saying when you get to the spirit world, a different dimension, a different level of awareness, things are done differently. Laws are very different. They do say, and I agree with them, of course, that the thoughts are more powerful on the other side. Thoughts are powerful here because you don't see them, but they bring to you, they magnify, if you will, what you're thinking will be magnified. So when you pass over to the side, you see all your thoughts, by the way, that you've ever had in this lifetime. It's part of your life review. But in communication on the other side, they speak with their thoughts. It's all telepathic. They don't speak words. It kind of is, it's kind of slow for them. They're much more aware of you or talk to you, communicate with you with thoughts. And they send thoughts to other realms as well. A person is also recognized not by what they say, what thought. Really, when you see someone over there, you'll see the colors around them. You'll see the colors, their auric fields, and you'll see that they can be wearing a certain robe or a certain costume that really represents the level of spirituality that they are. Even the colors around them can represent certain hues of different behaviors that they are. What did you do in this earth to create those colors? Right? So if you're someone that was very greedy and hurt people and violence, whatever, your colors will be pretty dim and muted and shadow-like, right? But if you're someone that was always giving and healing and helping and showing compassion and kindness and forgiveness, they'll be bright because you're giving away. You're bright. So just that's the way it works. Okay. Yes. The writing course start. The writing course will start in the fall, so I'll talk about that later. That'll be in the fall. But I want to answer Isabella here. Isabella wants to know if does highly sensitive also include highly emotional, or is it two separate things? It's the same thing for me. I'm going to say the same thing. Sensitivity, emotional level. Yeah, you're sensitive. Your emotions are sensitive. You're sometimes can't control your emotions. They get away from you. So I really help you to train you to learn how to have the emotional experience, but not let it take you over. Same thing in mediumship when we bring through some spirits who are, let's say were hurt a certain way or hurt when they died, or there's a strong emotion with the person that they're communicating with. Many times I have to stop and say, I'm feeling it, and you got to feel it because that's the right thing. You're feeling it, and you got to convey that to your audience or your person you're reading because it's real. And you say, I'm feeling something very strong here emotionally, and everyone communicates it differently, but I will often stop and say, I'm going to cry. And it's changed over the years. It's changed over the years. Nowadays, when I get validation of something, I get very emotional inside. When I know something is right for me, choice, I get a strong sense of emotion. So it happens, but I keep it at bay. I have it, I recognize it and realize it, but I don't let it overtake me. But I validate it, I recognize it. Okay. Hi, Sean, how are you? Sometimes knowing yourself, as you know, your sole purpose, but there are other factors involved also. True, Sean, the more you know yourself, the more you're able to know your sole purpose. The more that's very, and it's the same thing for the energy. So the more you know your own energy, your own soul energy, you'll recognize what's right for you. You'll be drawn to it. It'll resonate to you. It's almost like driving a car and, I'm going to turn down, what street should I turn down to get to the place I'm going to? Well, this doesn't feel right. Well, the next one maybe. Oh, that feels right. I'll turn there. It's that subtlety like that. The more you know yourself, the more true you'll be and the more honest with yourself. And the easier life should be if you know yourself. When you don't know yourself, that's the problem start. Okay. Lori, hi Lori, being HSP, how to function if my only child has rejected me for 8 years? Her choice. Will this course help? Lori, it'll help, but I think it needs a lot more than just that. So you really need 28 days transformation. The 28-day transformational course will help you even more than this one. This one is good for you, but the 28-day transformation will help you too. It's also, you got to step back and realize that that's her choice, not your choice. And you can't live another person's journey for them. They're responsible for themselves. And you cannot force people. If she rejects you, then she rejects you. That's the way she's going to do it. To some drama, but if we don't feed into the drama, it'll go away. It'll stop. So, but you have to be strong within yourself because you never know what people, how they try to manipulate you. This is for everyone here. They try to manipulate you and create drama. So you feel a certain way. So you don't want that. You want to be in control of yourself. You got to be aware of your own space and you make the decisions. Yeah. So that'll help you. This of course will help you, but also 28 days transformation. Great course to that. It gets you out of your old headspace into a new sense of self. That's a 28-day transformation course. And the 28-day transformation course is also, remember, I told you this before, that you have to do it every day. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to give yourself at least 15 minutes a day to take the course because it is a course is built in the day before. It's a progressive course. So it's all the days are built in the day before. It builds up, builds up, builds up. In 28 days, that's the whole maximum of it. So it's a good course for everyone. Okay. Sandra, my energy sometimes flies to all sites. How do I know my soul purpose? Well, just like Sean said, by knowing who you are, by taking the time to sit in the quiet, sit in the stillness. I'm doing a meditation course coming out at the end of this month, my brand new spiritual meditation course. Really cool. And I teach about sitting in the stillness of your being. The more you can sit in that stillness, the more you become aware of, you go inward, not outward. Stop looking outside, look inside. And the more you know yourself, as Sean mentioned, the more you will know your purpose. And you have to know it for yourself. No one can tell you your soul purpose. You got to know yourself, and you do know it deep within yourself. You know it, but sometimes we're in our head too much and rationalize things and thinking of things, and it distracts us from our true purpose. So we got to not pay attention so much in our head, but in our heart, because in the heart, that's where the soul is. You want to go to your heart space and feel your way through it and honor that space. Don't overthink it. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. That's my new course coming up at the end of June, June 28th. And it's a really great, great course. I've taken a lot of meditation courses, but this is very different than any meditation course. I talk about the chakras, the organs with the chakras. I talk about different ways of meditation. It's a very different types of course. So we'll do a whole show on that, but that's going to be fun. That'll be that 28th. Very excited about that. Okay. Carol Minky says, I channeled after a past life regression that the purpose of this lifetime is to spread the knowledge of divine oneness. That's great, Carol. That's a great one. So, because we're all one, we're all created the same, we're all different in respect that we might have different languages or it might physically look different, but we're all the same. We're all that same energy. It's like blood is always red. The sun shines on everyone, not just one person. So we'll are that oneness, which is ONE, omnipresent, nurturing energy. And we're all part of that. Good for you, Carol. So which ways can you spread that? Just think of the next step for you would be, how can I spread that oneness, that awareness that we're all one? That's your lesson now. Okay. Tracy Hassan says, I'm going to do a meditation today about my purpose. Thank you for saying, again, get out of your own heads. I need the spiritual mind. Yeah, it's true, Tracy. We tend to be in our heads because we're programmed that way from age like 8 on. Think, succeed. That's the best you can do. And almost in midlife, we have to cut off our head and go to our heart. So it's, what do you feel? What do you honor about yourself? And you don't have to be anything to anyone but true to yourself. That's it. Be the best you can be. And that's all it's asked of you. Good for you, sweetheart. Okay. Kathleen Moss, I saw an entity several times during meditation. I think she's blue and electric-ish looking. Do you know him? I don't know what that means. Do I know him? No. But there are many different ways you'll clairvoyantly see spirit or guides. Some will be in all different colors. So when you start seeing a spirit guide like that, ask them or feel their energy first and say, what do you want to share with me? How would I know you? Start having a conversation with them. Don't just observe it. Get involved in it. Communicate with them. It's really, really important. Okay. John Brady, I need my chakras opened or cords cut. I'm not sure, but my spirit feels blocked. Well, Dawn, number one, you got to stop being so giving to everybody and start giving to yourself, because you're an overachiever and giver. And there's going to be balance in life, because if you don't balance, it's going to be one-sided and you're going to be depleted. You're going to be very depleted. So to thy own self be true, going back to knowing yourself, this course is perfect for you. The tools are highly sensitive. You're a very highly sensitive person, but you got to know boundaries. You got to know when not to do anymore. You've given enough. Now you need to give it to yourself. So yeah, good course for you. Very good. Good, sweetheart. Okay. Okay. And what else is there? Let's see. Any more questions we have? This is Melissa. She says, hello, JVP. And meditation is so powerful to sit in the quiet. And my question is, when I sit in the quiet and meditate, my TV goes off. And so I'm wondering, am I connecting with spirit? And if so, who am I connecting with? Melissa, I couldn't answer that. You'd have to answer that. You'd have to ask who it is that's doing that to you. So when it happens, ask who it is. That's the best way. Or unplug your television set and see what happens. That would be a real good one. See if it really is spirit. and ask who it is. That's the best way to deal with that. Funny. Cynthia Ward, I truly believe my mom is with me and sometimes lets me know. Well, let me stop right there by saying more than likely she is, because the bonds of love continue on. There's no way they don't. So, what do you prepare that space for her to be with you? Do you open up your mind? Do you overthink it? Say, come to me, and block that space. Because again, if we try too hard to say, come to me, we're going to block it. So keep that space open and don't force it. When she's going to come in gently, she'll come in gently and soft. It's not aggressive. It's very soft. And feel her love. That's all. And you might go back to, this is for everybody, that you might have a memory of a loved one, that a really great memory that you have in your heart of that person. Start with that. Start reliving that memory. And when you get that memory in your head, they can come back to you at a future time and bring you that feeling you had with that memory. So try that. That works really well. I love that. I really like hearing that you are so emotional when you get your insights. Of course. Thank you so much for sharing. You're welcome, Cynthia. Yeah, I get very emotional. Of course, I'm a very emotional being, and we're physical, emotional, spiritual, and you know, we got to realize that spiritual beings. So we're all of those things. It's just a matter of integration, really. It's integrating all of them. Okay. Okay. Felly fell. Is that right? Felly fell. Fel. Felly fell. I think I met my spirit guide in a dream recently. Good. There's more than one. Usually many spirit guides. It might be one main one, or it's a healing guide or a philosophy guide. Or just sometimes ask. And I wrote about this in my first book. If you want to know your guides, ask in your dream. Ask them as you go to sleep at night. Send out a thought. Please show me yourself, my guides. And you can do that consistently for several nights in a row, and then let it go and see what happens. And it might happen that week. It might happen in 2 weeks. But I always keep a journal by the side of the bed. I do. It's always good because you never know what's going to happen there. He made me feel so comfortable, and in the dream, I felt I knew him. Do I just meditate? Yes, though that's the way you'll do it at night before you go to sleep. Sean Way. Thanks, Sean, for all those hearts. Yeah. That's great. Okay. Sylvia Orr, a friend of mine passed. Is he reaching out to me, or is it in my head? Well, Sylvia, what do you think? Let me put that another way. What do you feel? What do you feel? Is it something you want? You want too much? Again, so the same applies to you. You got to be very soft with it and gentle. And it's very subtle. It's like I always say, the feathers falling down from the skies. I think that's a spirit coming in. If I go out and try to snatch it and grab it, the feather will go away. But if I open my palm up and let it gently fall upon my palm, much better chance it'll land on my palm than it will going out. So soft, and when your friend is ready to come through and you're able to be soft enough and still, you'll feel them and hear them. But if you try too hard, you'll never do it. Mediumship. Lisa, hi Lisa. Have been a fan of yours for years. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I love it now when people come in. My grandmother used to watch on television. I'm like, okay, I'm the OG. Thank you so much for being amazing. You're welcome. How can we apply spirituality to heal ourselves and our family? Oh boy. Again, this is a course that does that. Again, going back to what Sean said, to know thy own self be true. It's really knowing who you are, and not what can I say? Not giving up on yourself, not thinking less of yourself, not being what people want you to be, but be who you are. You can never be happy in life if you live someone else's life instead of your own. You got to live your life in order to be happy. So that's really, really important. And that spirituality is thought, word, and deed. And remember, I just helped my friend of mine with the book. And it's, people might think you're a weirdo, and they're going to think, oh, you're odd. Oh, you're spiritual. You're such a weirdo. Who cares? What other people think of you is none of your business. I would not have gotten where I am now and being well known if I was worried about what other people think of me. It wouldn't be there, because my first deal with skeptics, the first time I went on television, which I didn't even know what they were talking about, cold readings and this readings, and what are these people talking about? They didn't know who I was. But if I let that get to me, I would never have done the work. So it's very important that you stay who you are and don't let anyone really attack you, tell you anything negative about yourself. Simple minds of simple thoughts. Okay. Good. Hi, J-Lo. You're very pretty. James, what am I supposed to be learning in a physical experience? Lessons that I learned in this lifetime physical experience will do. Well, J Lo, the one thing is not necessarily physical, it's loving yourself. So the more you can love yourself, the more miracles happen in life, the more you get back on your path. So most of us, many of us have come down to learn loving self. So for you, I definitely feel that is number one, loving yourself. And I'm not talking about ego self. I'm just loving who you are and not letting any other people, with your parents, your family, friends, tell you anything about you. They want you to be a certain way. Mm-mm. You got to be who you are. And by being who you are, that will teach them, wow, she has some power. She's enlightened. Something's going on with her. So that's really what the lesson is here that I'm feeling for you. I feel that. Turn my camera down. Okay, here we go. Alessandra. Okay, another pretty lady. I feel the same with my father. Yeah, father, he passed away to the spiritual world, and I know he's with me in my house. Some strange things happen. Like he wants to communicate with me and to let me know that he is still alive. Great. So a good way, another technique you can use, which I've talked about before, is put your father's name on top of the paper, and then ask him to come in and be with you. And to take your hand and write. And you just have you sitting in the quiet for a while. Do that. Okay. Hi, Marianne. Thank you. You love my classes. Thank you. My first teacher many years ago. Wow, that's what got me on my journey. Great. Which has turned out beyond what I thought it could be. Thank you. Thank you very much, Marianne. I love teaching. Obviously, it's my passion. And I have to, anything I do in this life, it's my Capricorn rising and the Virgo. And I think it's from past lives too. I do. I think I came back in this life to give fully of myself and to be a person of integrity and honesty. And that's the only way to be. And that's who I am. So that's what you're also recognizing. And I often say, people say that, like Marianne is saying, there's lovely things about me. So I appreciate that. And I'm going to say to you, you're the same way. You have those principles because otherwise, if you weren't, wouldn't recognize it in me. In order for us to recognize in someone else, we have to know what that energy is. So it's within us. If we recognize someone else, it's within us. Someone just told me recently, it's funny, I'm meeting people left and right in the streets, and they're like, I remember you, I love your work, and thank you for your sensitivity. I say, well, thank you, I appreciate that. It's very nice. And I take it, I honor it, but I say, thank you for honoring me, and I honor you. May the light in me shine the light in you. May the light, shine together. It's really important. Thank you. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, love you, James. Thank you. You're a treasure. Thank you. I definitely need help getting more in touch with myself. Yeah, that course will do it. Okay. Would your meditation class help here? Yes. I need to love myself. Well, I think the 28-day transformation course is even better than this one for you right now, Debbie. I think the 28-day transformation course will bring you back to the beginning and you'll get what you need. It takes you back to basics, back to your childhood, and goes on to current day. And there are things that are stuck in our psyche, our unconscious, that things might have happened to us when we were younger, even small little things like someone stole a toy from us, or someone hit us, or something, something yelled at us, or whatever. I remember when I was a young boy, it just came to me right now, see, and I was crossing at a traffic light. It was my second or third grade. I think I was with some friends, little friends, going to school. And I remember the crossing guard lady yelled at me. She said, "Don't you dare go." And she put her hand down. And it was red light. She saved my life, obviously. But I remember feeling so hurt about her tone of voice. So that really stayed there. So, of course, now I realize she didn't mean anything by it. But I was so open and so sensitive as a young kid that I know that hurt me. Now, I just thought of that right now. So imagine if I really worked on that, and you would cover all of these treasures, all of these incidents in your life that you find molded your ways of thinking about yourself, the way you look at the world around you, whose energy's on you, what has not been resolved, what's some unfinished business. So, we're all a work in progress, each one of us. And I think we should live a life of discovery. The art of discovery should be a part of our everyday life, I think. We should be willing to learn new things every single day about ourselves, about the world we live in, about each other. I think that's really, really important. And I find as I get older, we should not take everything so seriously. Everything so seriously, and the whole political movement going on right now is just so insane. I mean, my goodness gracious, is crazy. Um, yeah, so I just go back to simplicity. It's the best way. Okay, thanks, Debbie. Okay. Feely Fell. Okay, what course would you recommend if you're currently in the middle of healing your inner child with 28-day transformation course? 100%. 100%. Go to the school and read it, sweetie. You'll see what I'm talking about. But that's definitely the one. This Sean again. James, are you still in connection with Monica the Medium? I enjoyed her show and thought it was cool because she lived in North Virginia, somewhere by me. You know, Sean, I'm not. I haven't been with. I have not seen Monica since that taping of this show. Actually, that's not true. We did an event together with Maureen Hancock, myself, and her. Maureen Hancock is an incredible medium in New England. One of the besties, and the three of us did an event together in Westwood, California, right near LA, and that's the last time I saw her. That had to be 6-7 years ago, probably, and that was right after her show. She was still filming her show. She married this guy that I met, her boyfriend, nicest guy in the world, from the Midwest, I believe. Sweet, sweet, sweet. They had a baby. I think it was a baby girl. They had a baby. They got married, had a baby, and I don't know what's the latest of her. I don't know what she's up to these days. You know, there are so many mediums out there, and or they call themselves mediums, but it's very interesting, very, very interesting. With more people more open to it now than were back 40 years ago when I got started, much more open. But I do find that people aren't willing to do the work of development, of sitting in the quiet. I know from my own students here, mediumship, and quiet and take the time to develop. But I don't know what it is. It's the time we're living in, things are much faster. It's a changed world. Okay, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Can you take the 28-day class anytime? No, you can take it anytime, Tracy. But the most important thing is 28 days in a row. So from day 1 to 28 it has to be consistent. You can't skip days, but you can take it any time of the year. Okay. Lori Wolf, love you, James. Green, South Carolina. Thank you. I really want to get there, South Carolina. I love South Carolina. I think it's a past life there. Hi, Lisa. Anytime you get overwhelmed, I think of your saying, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Great advice. It's really true, Lisa. Anybody, if you've heard that before, the KISS, it's so good. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Life should be that way. Life should be simple. It's very true. Thank you, sweetheart. So funny. Sound healing, Teresa Lynn. Mandy D says, Teresa Lynn sound healing. I don't know what that means, but if you want to put a question there, that's fine. Okay. How long are the classes? The 28-day transformation course, it's 28 days. And it's about each course, each lesson is about a half hour, I think, 40 minutes. You should go to the school and read up on it, JP School of Mystical Arts, and read up on it, Tracy. I don't know, I can't push you to do these courses, but I made them because they'll make you better. And I'm really proud of the product. Okay. Hi, Carrie Marie. Hi, James. I'm from New Zealand. I want to move to New Zealand, but they won't take me. You have to like earn like 4 times the amount here. Which I understand. I celebrate. I love New Zealand. I'm there, but I want to be there. I'm doing a live demonstration this Sunday. Good for you. What do you suggest to prepare for a demonstration? Blessings, Carrie Marie. Great question, Carrie Marie. So the day is Sunday. So as I would work if I were you, maybe Saturday afternoon, start getting to the mindset of that. And the mindset, everyone's different. But what I do for a demonstration, and I'm just going to put myself there with you, is that the day before, or the day of, for me, because I've done it many, many years, prepare to the day before, start opening up your mindset, and kind of subtly sending out prayers of humility, gratitude, and be in a space of gratitude the day before. And you can welcome, and don't overthink it, but welcome those beings who you want to come. Just say, I'm open, dear friends, and keep things simple. Again, here we go, kiss again. Don't be busy the day before or the day of, especially the day of. You don't want to do much of anything. You really want to, if the demonstration is in the evening or late afternoon, make sure your morning is very comfortable, easygoing. Don't push things. Make it simple. And don't be around a lot of people. And I just start feeling the excitement of connecting with spirit. There are many different ways of doing that. Sometimes imagine I could be out by a water fountain or a lake or whatever. Since you're in New Zealand, you probably might have that lovely space around you. Connect with the oneness of all. Connect with the trees. Connect with the leaves, the flowers. We're all a part of each other. So the more you can stretch your mind the day of that, the easier it is for them to come in because you're opening up that space to the oneness of everything. You're not limiting yourself. You're opening, you're limitless. So the more you can change your mindset into a sense of limitlessness, that's what you want to do. And be open to all different types. Don't prejudge the experience and don't prejudge who you want to come through. Let the spirit world take care of it. Nothing to, all you are is a vessel. You are that vessel, and your responsibility is to show up in a way that the spirit people can come to you and be heard or sensed or felt or heard, or you feel their emotion or you receive their memories. Just be open, like be a slate, brand completely empty slate, and let them come in. But just the day before, do like a little prayer work, lightly, humbling, gratitude, things like that. Good luck, sweetheart. You'll be fine. Don't worry. And nerves, when you get the day out, you get very nervous for a demonstration, even a one-on-one sitting. Nerves you can use to bring up the power, to build that power of love of self and love of the spirit world, love all those loved ones around. Use that nervousness that make it love, and use that field of energy all around you. Put that nervousness out there of love and welcome them in. Welcome them in. It'll help. And don't use your head, use your heart. Okay, that's the best advice. All right. A couple more questions to go. The meditation course is online, or we can do it in our own time. It is. It'll be online June 28th, and it's going to start then. You can do it in your own time. There are suggestions I make in there. There are time elements of certain exercises you should do right away. I talk all about that. It's a first course I've done in like 3 years. It's so great. Wait till you see the promo. I had the promo produced by a professional production company, and it's just I want this to go all over the world globally because it's such a powerful program about meditation. Something I've never seen before. I guarantee it. And all the meditations I did in a studio, and I recorded them in a studio. We recorded some of my books, so it's gonna be really. I'm very excited for it. Very excited. And I'm also doing 7 modules in the Shift Network about your soul, coming out with your soul. So the Shift Network will be in July, and we'll have that on the website as well. Well, thank you everybody very much for being with me today, and I thank you, and I hope you will look into Tools for the Highly Sensitive, and blessings of light and love to you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time.